Things ain't just the same no more. Remember when you used to go have fun when you was younger? When you can go see that favorite movie and you just get a kick out of life? Or you can go to a basketball game or football game and just have an entertainment game to see? Now you can't do that no more because everything is just watered down. The movies ain't the same no more. The athletes doesn't play the same no more. And it's just changing. And it's just too crazy out here because this is not what we thought life would be. Because life is just changing by the second, not by the minute. I always state that to y'all because every time I'm covering something, think about it. Every time we discuss something, here comes something else that you wasn't prepared for. And it's just madness because you don't know what's about to happen next. We don't know what's about to happen next. It's because we just so dumbed down to society that we don't know what's going on. And then people are just getting fired, cutting Medicaid. Everything is getting cut now. And we don't know where to go from here because we wasn't prepared. And that's why people are not happy no more. You can see it in their faces because you may know somebody that was looking forward to life. You may know a relative. You may know a friend. You may know anybody. But every time you see them, they always complaining about something all the time because they're not happy. You know why? Because they lost touch on about what real happiness is. Because most of us don't know what real happiness is. Because we so pressed up about the things that don't even matter. We so pressed up on money. We so pressed up on the internet. We so pressed up on all this. But we lost touch on what really happens in life when you're really happy. We lost touch of reality. We don't know how reality really feels because it's starting to hit us faster than you think. And that's why we just can't function properly. Because we keep looking at these drama social media apps that's just designed to keep us down. And we just stay down because we haven't woken up yet. And that's why people just not the same no more. I used to think people was just losing their minds because of nothing. You will see things out in real life that somebody will do, and you'll be like, it don't even make no sense what they did. But it's like you wanted to blame them for being crazy or idiotic things that they do. They just lost because they lost their mind. And they got to get it together because you can't just keep making mistakes in this world because you're emotional and you mad. You got to learn how to control your emotions because we're not happy anymore. And I know it's a whole crazy life out there, and a lot of people is just walking around moping all day because, let's be for real, they moping all day because they got to punch that clock. They got to work 40 hours a week. Some people work 50 hours a week, maybe 60. Then when they get paid, they broke in a day or two. So you working and you still broke. Don't you feel like you a working bum? You see what I'm saying? Then people always say, you got to save your money. How you going to save your money? How? And your bills just coming left and right. You can't even do what you want to do no more because you tied to this job. And a lot of people are just unhappy. That's why they can't feel the happiness like they used to feel it anymore. Because everything is changing. AI is just taking over, taking your job, walking you out the door. And you can't do nothing about it. And you know why you can't do nothing about it? Because you weren't prepared. Like I always tell y'all. Ain't nobody was prepared for this. And that's why people can't feel the things that they used to feel no more. People can't feel love no more. People can't feel happiness no more. None of that. And then it's just like the love shows you watching. When they pop the balloon, then they do the meetup. Don't nobody even get together. Like they did all this and don't nobody even get together. Like they doing meetups on the show. And then after they get a match, they don't even get along. Because everybody feel like they're at war with each other. And we need to unite. And that's where it's going wrong at. Because it's not the same no more. Everything is different. And we too stuck in our ways to adapt. Because why should we? Matter of fact, yeah, we should. Because we just got to get our emotions and stop being in our ways. And that's why people are just not valuing the things that really matter anymore because they don't care. They just don't care. And when you care, it's like you care too much. So you see what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? And that's just how it goes in situations in life. You don't even want to spend time with your family no more. In reality, then sometimes you try to spend time with your family, they low-key hating on you. Your family don't even want to see you win no more. So it's like, you want to be a good Samaritan and spend time with your fam, but your fam hating behind your back. Then you go to your job, then you think you cool with a co-worker there, they hating behind your back. Your boss want to get you fired, so you just feel like you trapped. And I know what you're going through because I used to feel like that too. But in reality, I understand why people just don't feel how they used to feel no more. Because they feel like this life has took them so many turns, so many ups and downs, they don't know where to go. And they haven't picked up anything while they've been living this life. They haven't picked up any new skills or anything that they learned while they live in this life. So I can understand. I feel it. Because they didn't know the worst was coming. So that's why people can't feel how they used to feel no more. That's why you just can't go out and have a good night anymore. Because everybody is just so dumbed down with the social media. I don't know what's going on. And then it's like, you want to have a good time, it ain't even really genuine because it's always the camera out. Everybody want to get some views or some likes about nothing. Just do it constructively. Now, I can't hate the player, hate the game, but if you're going to do something, do it for a purpose. You see what I'm saying? Stop doing things that doesn't make any sense. But, according to y'all, nothing makes sense to y'all because y'all can't feel it. Y'all don't understand. Y'all too emotional for things to make sense to y'all. You see what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I can see when you walk up and you ask people how they doing, they looking at you like you said something wrong to them. Or if you always happy, people looking at you like, why you always happy? Why you ain't got an attitude? Because people like drama. You see what I'm saying? People gravitate towards that. You can't stay away from it. That's why you always on your phone, looking at the drama, seeing what's going on. But you got to stop doing that because it doesn't matter. You got to start getting out of that, getting out your comfort zone. And misery loves company. People gonna always hate because it ain't the same no more. I used to hear back in the day, wasn't no hating like that. Everybody used to stick together. Now everybody against each other. Everybody always trying to get down on the next person. And that's just how I go. So if you're not aware to that, and you just keep falling for the okie doke, when somebody try to get down on you, when you trying to make a sale or a purchase, anything that you do. And it's just sad because we supposed to be in it together. We supposed to help each other. But people don't think like that no more. It's like people just don't want to be good humans no more, just for humanity. And I don't know why people are changing, and I don't know why people are like that, but in reality I do, because maybe they feel like they drained. Maybe everybody in survival mode. But it's like, why everybody gotta just be in survival mode and think about themselves? It's really not about you. This is bigger than you. So that's where you always going wrong, because we be too glued into that, man. That stuff, that nonsense. And it's just like, and people just value things that doesn't matter. Like I always say, like, maybe people just sad because they ain't got no money. But no, you can't say that, because that's a lot of people with money that ain't even happy. And you know why? People not happy with money because everybody trying to sue you and get it. They ain't think life was going to be like this. You got successful, got all that money, and everybody trying to sue you. So it's like, what do you have to look forward to in your life? And I know, I get it. It's getting worse. The worst is just coming. You don't know what else is next. So that's why people just going crazy out here, man. So I tip my hat off to the people that's doing something constructive with their life. If y'all didn't hear nobody say it, I'm proud of y'all. Even if y'all family not proud of y'all, I'm proud of y'all and I don't even know y'all. It didn't cost me nothing to say that, but a lot of people won't even do that because people are changing. And I don't know why. I just won't get it. Let me know if you understand, because I'm trying to understand just like you. And it's hard for me to understand because you're not that person. You don't understand what people are going through. And you could just look and see it in their faces that they almost giving up hope. I understand. And it's just like, will America go back to being the same anymore? Or those times are long gone? They don't even want to fix up the community. They don't even want to fix up your streets. Construction workers don't even put cones down right. Your car be in the ditch somewhere because they ain't doing their job right. So a lot of people always say, people be talking against working people. I'm not talking against working people because we all are part of that working class too. But if you're going to do a job, we want our workers to value their jobs. Do it to a passion. If you don't like it, then get out your comfort zone and find something else. Well, I don't want to do that. I'm taking a chance. Life is a gamble. You always got to take a chance, whatever you do. So in reality, I understand y'all pains and frustrations, but we all got to come together, because if not, it's just going to keep getting worse. American dream is going to be an American nightmare. And you don't know where to go from here. I don't know where to go from here, because this planet is just getting strange. Earth is just getting strange. But while you're on Earth, you just got to figure out ways to survive, ways to keep you happy. And I know it may be a difficult task to do right now, because a lot of things that you want to do, it costs money. But don't let money value your happiness, because even if you get to do those things, you still might not be happy because you didn't learn how to be happy when you didn't have no money. A lot of us, we do that. Look where we at. Every time you turn on the news, somebody going to war, somebody getting deported. Then you don't even know if they're going to just start deporting innocent people. Shoot, you don't know. Then you going down the street, you don't know if this person is crazy or anything. You don't know what's on somebody's mind. So you always got to be paying attention. Always got to be aware. You might be walking in the parking lot, just minding your business, a crazy car driving crazy and almost hit you. But you got to be aware of your surroundings. And a lot of people are not aware of their surroundings because they're sad with life. They walk around with their head down. They're not paying attention. They so dumbed down into that cell phone. They don't even know what's going on. They can't even figure out ways to maneuver because they always like this. And I hate to see somebody walking down the street like this. Why is you walking down the street like that and then you in traffic? Because people just don't care no more. Then if I say something to the person, they're going to want to hurt me for even saying something to them. And that's just crazy. When somebody reach out to help you, you want to hurt them? People are going mad out here. And these are the things that we need to change. And I know it's a lot of things going on with your life, but what about my life too? Only your life matters? So my life don't matter either? So we got to get it right. It's bigger than you. So this message is deep, because whatever you want to do, you got to change your ways. And that's why people, it just don't feel the same no more. And that's all I be saying. Like, I know life don't feel the same no more. It couldn't, because you can't even go get your own favorite meal no more. You talking to an AI computer. And then they don't even get your order right. So I know life don't feel the same no more, because they taking all our jobs. And then we don't know how to adapt. So it's like we gonna get with the program or get ran over. And most of us gonna get ran over because we too what? Stuck in our ways. Because it don't feel the same no more. It don't feel the same no more, but you still want to be the same. Now, does that make sense? It don't feel the same no more, but you still want to be the same. And that's why everybody's walking around mad, because they don't know what to do, because they don't even want to find out. They too busy walking around depressed, hating the world, hating everybody, and don't even want to learn because they're in their feelings. And I know a lot of y'all might have a right to be in y'all feelings because something just going on so crazy in your life. You just feel like nothing's good. And I understand, but I don't want you to give up. I want you to just change. And if we don't change as a people, everybody, as humans in general, we all gonna get left behind. And I know it's sad to say, because we all gonna get left behind. And I didn't expect for this to even happen, this madness. Because don't nobody wanna see you succeed. You know why? They not happy. So they gonna put their fears onto you. But you gotta stop listening to them. It's time for you to be an adult for a change. People might call you crazy because they don't feel it like how you feel it. So in reality, you can only live for you. And that's why people are walking around mad, because everybody else are living for others. They're not living for themselves. They're not thinking for themselves. They're letting the job control their life. They're letting everything control their life. So they waking up every day. And that's probably why they not feeling how they supposed to be feeling. It got to be. Because what else are they doing with their life? They punching all those hours at the job. Then they get to see everybody. See, this social media got everybody food. They get to see everybody balling on the internet. So now they feeling like, why can't they be like that? But you can't be like that, because you always at work. That's why you mad. What's my favorite line from a rap song? How you always working and you always at work? That's true. That's why you mad. You can't do nothing because you at work. But then it's like you feel like if you don't work, you're not going to get paid for nothing. So you're going to be living like you a bum. But what if it took you, what if somebody told you, do this job for 9 months, and you're not going to get paid from it for the whole 9 months. But the 10th month, you're going to make $500,000 in a month. You would do it then because you know the outcome. And a lot of people are walking around miserable because they don't know the outcome of what their life going to be, or the situations in life that you can't control, like the wars and all that. They don't know the outcome to life. And that's why people are starting to change. And people are starting to feel it, but we're here. Because something happened every other day. Every time I talk about something, every time I cover any situation, here come another situation. Like, it's just falling out the sky. And a lot of people could be mad because it's affecting some people that you know. And you just feel compassion for those people. I feel compassion for those people. People just losing their house. Their house just went out of nowhere in water. And people just tripping. You got every right to trip. Because in reality, you're furious as an American. And we are furious as Americans. And it's just sad. That's all I gotta say. It's just sad, man. I don't know if it's gonna get better. I just think, I think the worst is just coming. And we just not prepared. A lot of them moving away. But then it's like if you move away to another country, you don't even know how they feel about you being in their country because you're an American. They might try to run you back over here. So that's just how I go. And you ain't do nothing wrong. You just trying to escape. But the rest of us ain't no escape because we don't got no sources, no means, no income to escape. That's how I go. You're not financially free, so you feeling like you caged. That's part of the program. And that's why, not just money in general, but you just feel like you caged in general. Because even though I'm not talking about technically caged, like you locked up in jail, you feel like you trapped mentally. So it's like, you know why? Because everybody, we just doing what we was told. That's how I go. Because when you're not doing what you're told, you disobedient or you crazy. And a lot of people are just going crazy now. They going out the door because they waking up. And people are starting to feel it more than they ever have. I don't know when it's going to be better. I don't know. You don't know. But all we got to do is just pray. And a lot of us has lost touch with God. I know. Half of them don't even go to church no more. People are not closer to God no more. They don't believe in nothing. They feel like they lost belief in everything. They feel like everything they was told was a lie. I know that feeling. But once you start waking up, you crazy. Once you start doing your research and seeing how it works, and you understand it, you crazy. Because a lot of people don't understand it. And that's the fascinating part about it. Once you start to learn and understand it, this is what it really is. But don't let it control your life. Don't let it take over your soul where you can't do nothing no more because you lost. And a lot of us are lost because we let it take over our lives. We let these tragic incidents take over our lives. What's going on? We can't even function no more. You go to your job, your boss wants you to be perfect. You can't function no more. You live from paycheck to paycheck, you can't function no more. And then you feel like you tired of doing the same thing over and over. And that's why people are just upset because they're doing the same thing over and over. And they feel like they're not being treated the fair way they're supposed to be treated. So when they go out into society, they're not even being treated fairly by the workers. When they trying to purchase a service, the worker got an attitude. The employee got an attitude about serving your meal. Or when you go somewhere to a Home Depot or you trying to find something, the employee don't even want to help you find it. They looking at them like, man, that ain't on my job. I ain't about to help you find it. I'm just a customer. I don't know. But they human too. They don't own the company. They probably been dealing with 4 or 5 customers that came in there, been tripping, and you come in there, you ain't tripping, so they think you about to trip. So never mind them. That's why people are mad. I guarantee you. It's just the way their life is turning out. And then they so dumb down on the phone. Like I be telling y'all. So that's my take on the situation. I'm going to talk to y'all in a minute. Peace.